Welcome back, my name is LastKnownMeal and today we're gonna be talking about Netflix The Witcher. So there has been a lot of updates and news regarding the show in the past week. We have some good and some sad news. First off, a couple of days ago, a young actress, Melissa Naylor, who has been cast into the show, sadly passed away. She was only 16 years old. News of her death have been made public by AJ Management, and it's always sad to hear a young person passing away, so deepest condolences to her family and friends. Now when it comes to the other news, we finally know at what quarter is The Witcher coming. Netflix CCO Ted Sarandos responded to a question about Netflix 2019 lineup, more precisely about The Witcher. Among many things, he said this, and then you start seeing later in fourth quarter some of our bigger film investments coming through, like Irishman 6 Underground, and also a big new original series we're currently shooting in Hungary called The Witcher. That is an enormous European IP, very popular game and book IP, that we think is going to make a really fun global series. And I'm glad that the management is finally speaking up about the project, and you can really feel that they want this project to succeed, especially because Game of Thrones is ending and there has to be a fantasy show to fill the gap. And honestly, Witcher is arriving in the best moment possible. I'm certain this has been thought out because no one in their right mind would release The Witcher or any fantasy show while Game of Thrones is in its final season. Now the fourth quarter is from October to December. This release window is definitely something we expected. My bet is actually for November, but again it might be even December. Depends on the production stages and the post-production that they do. I am not sure about October though, they're still shooting as I said, and it takes time to edit everything, do the CGI, etc, and because Netflix is releasing all of the episodes at once, they don't have this flexibility to, let's say, air the first episode while they're still working on the seventh episode. So when it comes to The Witcher, you will get the first season, all of the episodes at once. So the season 1 is coming sometimes in these 3 months. When it comes to casting news, it has been officially revealed that Jeremy Crawford is cast as your favorite Yarpen Zigrin. Yarpen is a dwarven warrior, adventurer, and a mighty dragon hunter. He is actually a leader of the group of 6 dwarves that I'm not going to go into detail because of spoilers. He is also a veteran of the Battle of the Brenna, and he appears in 6 books and in The Witcher 2 as well. He was also mentioned in the other games, so the guy is actually really important and honestly lovable, so Jeremy, in my opinion, looks like a great casting choice, and it will be interesting how he portrays that role. And for the end, I want to talk about how Netflix The Witcher almost became a movie, not a series, and when I say movie, I mean Netflix movie. If you remember a long time ago, before Netflix picked it up, Witcher was supposed to be a movie, so it kinda made sense if Netflix picked it up, we're just going to continue the project and make a film. Then we got the news that it's going to be a series after all. Now Kelly Luganbiel, Vice President of International Originals at Netflix, actually suggested to the producers that making a Witcher series is much better than a movie. How can you take 8 novels and just turn it into a film? There is so much material there. There's so much you can do. Then after numerous conversations and meetings, producers turned it into a longer running series. This makes sense because, yeah, you do have a lot of material to work with here, a lot of short stories and adventures of Geralt of Rivia. The universe itself is extremely rich in content. If you take Lord of the Rings for examples, 3 books, 3 films, but even those films are like 4 hours long. Hobbit is another story, but it all comes down to how much content you can put in the film or a series and still make it interesting and entertaining. Pacing is extremely important, and yes, theoretically, you can turn The Witcher into a movie or a trilogy, but at the same time, you sacrifice so much content that in a series you can break down in detail. And also people like watching series now more than they like watching films, so it kinda makes sense that they went with this. Character development is, in my opinion, better in series because you have more episodes and, well, more screen time with the characters, but it all comes down to an actor and also how that, how that character is written, because you can have a show of 5,000 episodes if a character is not well written and if an actor can't portray it, it all goes to waste. And as much as The Witcher could be a film, the universe like this is definitely deserving a long-running series. Imagine Game of Thrones as a trilogy or one film. Yes, it would work. You would get a lot of action and content in that one film, and they would skip about 80% of the show and everything that has happened in the show, so they could fit it in one film. But you make a series, and you can take all of that, every single detail from a book, and make it interesting. And because Game of Thrones has a lot of characters, The Witcher has a lot of characters, this makes more sense. But yeah, tell me down below, movies or series, what do you think about this? Also smash that like and subscribe button for more Netflix The Witcher. I'm covering every detail of the show, so subscribe to stay tuned. Also visit me up on Twitter and Discord for more news and discussions. And this is LKM signing out, and as always, stay classy everyone, bye bye.